What's up, Multiverse? Dr. Dave here. Welcome to the Geek Lounge. On today's video, we're going to be unboxing the newest One Piece Funko Pops. And just before we get into the pops, guys, I also wanted to show this off. I picked up the WCF log story of Luffy and Shanks. Now, I do give Funko a lot of crap sometimes when they use massive boxes for small pops, but I do have to say, WCF, Bandai, whoever, I mean, really? And this is, of course, the very early and very iconic moment of Shanks gifting the straw hat. Actually, gifting's not really the right word. Let's say lending the straw hat to Luffy. It's, of course, very near and dear to him. I won't spoil it for you guys, but, of course, the straw hat has an original owner, which is near and dear to Shanks. And I guess you could maybe argue near and dear to Luffy as well, to an extent. But very cool moment. I have to say, I do enjoy this figure a lot. And the size, you know what? I actually thought this could be a pretty cool piece to actually put around my PC setup, because there are multiple log stories as well. I know there's one of Luffy punching the Sea King, there's one of him rescuing Zoro, there's Zoro versus Mihawk, Usopp with Kaya, Usopp and the Usopp Pirates. They've released multiple versions, and I imagine we're still going to get more and more. There's so many cool moments in One Piece that they could make for these kind of smaller figures, and I feel like dotting them around my PC could look pretty cool as a setup. Let's get onto the Funko Pops then, guys. So I did purchase 2 Gear 5 Luffys in the hope that we do get that glow-in-the-dark chase, but I have no idea how Funko Europe have actually packed things, because I have a 3-box sorter here and a 2-1 here. So the 2 Gear 5, sorry, could be in here, but one may be in here, one may be in there. I have no idea how Funko Europe have packed these, as I said. So let's just open it and see what we have, because I would like to save the chase till the end. But here we go. First up, we have no Gear 5. Okay, so I think the Gear 5s are both going to be in that other sort of box. What is that? Ah, yeah, I actually forgot about this. So we do actually have a Farmer Freddy, which is to celebrate Earth Day. Of course, has this packaging, which I think is like 70 or 80% recycled or something like that. And you were actually getting this free if you made a purchase, pardon me, of £40 or over. And if you guys have watched me before, you know I'm not the biggest Freddy Funko collector. I certainly do appreciate them though, and I definitely appreciate a free figure. You know, a lot of them do look cool. The collaborations when he's kind of, I guess, cosplaying as another character, if we can put it that way. I've received a lot of freebies over the years, because Funko typically do this. You know, when you spend a certain amount, you'll get a free Freddy. We have Farmer Freddy this time. What was it, like Traveling Freddy last time? There's been a few birthday Freddys. Obviously, I've got some that were in part of those boxes and things they've done over the years. But yeah, just not the biggest collector. But as I said, I can definitely appreciate them. Some of them are very, very cool, and Farmer Freddy is definitely one of those. So finally, onto the One Piece Funko Pops, guys. You would have seen when I open up the 3-sorter box, we have both Katakori and Carrot. Starting with Carrot then, because I was always taught ladies first. Here we have her in what I believe is the second outfit she wore in the Whole Cake Island arc. And I actually think this is a really good companion piece to her first Funko Pop, which is of course Carrot in Sulong form. This in just her regular form. Was there actually a name for the regular Mink Tribe form? I don't think there was. Same outfit, of course. This time though, she does have the hat. Sulong form she doesn't. She has the much longer hair. We've got the bushy tail there at the back, but it is a lot smaller in comparison to the manga, to the anime. I guess they've just done it that way because we of course have this clear acrylic base, so we can kind of have her in somewhat of a dynamic pose with a little bit of movement. As I said, I think it is a pretty cool figure. Now there is of course that question, could the Sulong form pop actually have been a chase variant of this one? I think that could have been really, really cool, but at the same time that chase would have been so sought after, because the Sulong form pop does look really, really cool. You know, people really enjoyed that when the minks have their Sulong form. So I kind of feel Funko did the right thing in having it be a separate release. They did of course have a chase variant for that one, which I believe was just glow in the dark. I don't think it had any differences in the mold. I wasn't actually lucky. I bought 2 and just got both commons. Hopefully that won't be the same in just a few minutes when we check out Gear 5. But yeah, it's still a pretty cool pop nonetheless. As I said, I think a very good companion piece to that Sulong form one. I just feel I would have preferred maybe some other characters. Not to say I didn't like Kara, I really did. I thought she was like a really cool character, but maybe like if we were going with Whole Cake Island, like Pudding would have been cool, you know, Perispero could have been cool, but you know what, I have no doubt they will eventually come because the One Piece line is very popular, and as I said, this Carrot Pop is still really cool. And speaking of cool, I know I use that word way too often, that is the way I think to describe both Katakuri as the character and this Katakori Funko Pop. It's just so cool. And he also was, of course, one of the most popular villains in all of One Piece. I think a lot of it has to do with his, I don't know, what's a good word to use? Like noble? Is that a good word? Like he's a very noble villain. I don't think humble's the right word. I can't really think of anything off the top of my head, but I'm going to go with noble. And if you guys have seen the Whole Cake Island arc, you'll know what I'm talking about. Don't worry, I won't go too much into it for people who haven't seen the arc yet, because it is really cool. But he, of course, did have this massive battle with Luffy, which, like, I don't know if the battle with Kaido necessarily counts, because that was, like, in stages. Like, it was interrupted, and then multiple episodes would go by, and then he would battle Kaido again in both Wano and Onigashima. But certainly when he battled Katakori, I believe off the top of my head it was 21 episodes. It was definitely over 20 episodes, and at least at that time it was the longest battle in anime history. And it was, of course, an epic battle. Katakori, of course, can use all three types of haki, especially observation haki, which he uses really well to essentially obliterate anyone in his path, right? He's got his spear, trident. Did it actually have a name? I don't remember it coming up, but he certainly used it in his battles. I love the outfit, the spikes, the kind of skull belt there, I don't know, was it a tattoo? I think it was, that kind of covered his body and his left arm as well, although you don't kind of see it too much. I guess that kind of like mask is essentially covering some of the detail there. Has the waistcoat, which he did obviously remove eventually when like further into the battle. Yeah, just such a cool pop. The hair looks great. Like, he could have also had a Chase variant potentially, right? With the mask off, where we see his mouth. Again, won't really say too much about it if you guys haven't seen the arc just yet, and where it kind of delves a bit into Katakori's backstory. But that could have been a fairly cool Chase. But of course, in this wave, they decided to go with Gear 5. And you know what? It's actually kind of the mouth, which is the one thing, or I should say lack of mouth, is the one thing which I think stopped people from giving the Gear 5 pop 10 out of 10. And just before we get to that Gear 5, hopefully Chase reveal, let's do this one first, guys. The Entertainment Earth exclusive glow-in-the-dark Yamato in his man-beast form. And now, having this in my hand for the very first time, I have to say this is such a cool looking pop. I think Funko have done an amazing job on it. But to be perfectly honest, I really enjoyed the Yamato pops that we got last year as well. The Funko Shop exclusive ones. There was, of course, the common variant where he was unmasked, and then the Chase variant where he had the mask on when he very first met Luffy. And yeah, as I said, I really enjoyed those Yamato pops last year, but this one may take the cake. I just think the design looks really cool. Of course, Yamato, I think it was the, at least in the English dub, dog fruit, right? I'm pretty sure he's a dog, not a wolf, because of course we have all these like mythical zone users. Of course, his dad Kaido is a dragon. You got like Marco the Phoenix. Of course, there's King, there's Queen, who can essentially transform into these kind of like mythical creatures, right? And they have essentially their human form, which was the original release we had with Yamato. There is the man-beast form, which is this one, which, I mean, the name says it all right, part man, part beast. And then there is, of course, like is it like pure beast form? Is that what it's called? We know Kaido, of course, as I said, is a dragon, and Yamato can essentially turn into like a dog. I mean, it looked more like a wolf to me, but I'm pretty sure it was the dog fruit. But yeah, this is very cool. I haven't actually long finished the battle between Yamato and Kaido when he first transforms, you know, into man-beast form. Pretty cool battle, of course, holding him off till Luffy comes back in. Don't really want to spoil too much because maybe some people haven't got up to the land of Wano, or certainly the raid on Onigashima just yet. But yeah, so cool. All that kind of energy, aura going around. I mean, is the thing around, is it energy, aura, flames? Not 100% sure, but it just looks really cool. We've got the the kind of hockey club. Again, that may have a more specific name as well. But yeah, the eyes, the earrings, the horns, it just looks so freaking cool. I did grab the glow-in-the-dark variant. There are two. There was just a common one which didn't glow. The Entertainment Earth exclusive one did glow. Let's check that out now and see how cool it looks. Alrighty guys, here we go. 3, 2, 1, boom. Yeah, pretty cool, but it is as I expected. All that energy, aura, whatever it is that surrounds Yamato is the only thing that glows. I mean, I knew it because I've seen it a couple of times from various people's shots online on social media, but it's still a pretty cool glow. I just kind of wish maybe the horns, like the red horns, some of the white face, but that would have meant making the whole figure glow, right? And I don't really think that's what Funko were going for. But yeah, that blue, again, energy, aura, whatever it is, I think it does look pretty cool still. One last very thing before we get to Gear 5 Luffy, guys. I did want to say that unfortunately Man-Beast form Kaido has yet to release here in the UK, or at least it didn't drop at the same time as the rest of these figures did on Funko Europe. So yeah, still have to wait to get him, unfortunately, because I think it looks absolutely awesome. Kaido in his human form, which released last year, was actually my second favourite pop of 2023. And I don't know if you guys saw this already today, but we got first looks at Kaido in his, I don't know, his pure beast form, is that the right way to put it? As a dragon. It's going to be a 10-inch GameStop exclusive. I think it looks absolutely awesome. Cannot wait to get it and add it to the collection. Alrighty guys, the time has come. Did we pull the Gear 5 Chase? I really hope so, because the last, I want to say 8 or 9 figures that have had Chase variants, I've just not pulled them. My Chase luck throughout like 2022 and the first half of 2023 was awesome, but since like summer 2023, it's been horrible. Maybe 1 or 2 chases. And as I said, the last like 8 or 9 figures which have had Chase variants, I haven't pulled a Chase. To be fair, sometimes I've only bought 1, but sometimes I have bought 2, like I bought 2 carrots. I definitely bought 2 of someone else. Can't really think off the top of my head. Just no Chase luck. So come on, Gear 5. Come on. Please, 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 let's get a Gear 5 Chase. Here we go then, guys. Did we get the Chase? One's upside down, but I am not seeing a Chase sticker. The Chase bad streak continues, guys. Let me just show you guys the box, though. There it is, Luffy Gear 5 once again. Nothing on the back, which I find a little bit weird. But yeah, Chase bad streak continues. And now I could sit here and say I didn't really care for the Chase too much, so I'm not bummed. And that wouldn't really be so much of a lie. I'm a bit bummed I bought 2 and didn't get a Chase, of course. But I have to say, like, for me personally, when the Chase is just glow in the dark or metallic, I don't really care for them so much. You know, if it's the same mold and that's all they've done, it's like, yeah, really. If it's a different mold, I'm normally all over the Chase, different outfit, whatever. And you know what? From the pictures I've seen for people who did pull Luffy Gear 5 Chase, the glow hasn't been absolutely amazing. But again, when you spend money and you bought 2 or even more, you kind of want to get a Chase, right? But again, not massively fussed on this one. Yeah, honestly can't talk too much about Gear 5. I've seen a few clips. I am watching the dub, of course. And I believe these episodes, I don't know if they're out on Crunchyroll just yet, I haven't checked, but I know they did release at least on the Microsoft Store earlier this week. So you do get Gear 5. I think the Gear 5 episode may be the last set of, or at least the battle with Kaido may actually be the last episode we've got up to the dub, and then of course we have the I guess the wrap up of Wano and things like that to come afterwards. I guess that's all going to be maybe May time, end of May, something like that. I had literally had what, 2 or 3 episodes left of the current batch of dubs. So I'm quite happy that I don't really have to have any kind of major pause, though. I'll probably catch up with this in the next like 2 weeks, so I will finally be caught up with One Piece, or at least in terms of the dubs, let's say, because the subs is still quite far ahead. And I mean, as cool as this pop is, I think Funko have done a pretty good job on it. I love the like elongated arm, the stretched arm, right? Gum fruit, whatever you want to call it. The outfit, the hair, the eyebrows, the scar, the aura, or exactly what it is supposed to be, all around him, the straw hat at the back, the dynamic pose. It all looks great, but of course I have to be in agreement with everyone else. where the hell is the mouth Funko? It just doesn't make sense. Like, that's such a big part. Again, as I said, I can't really talk too much about Gear 5, but from the clips I've seen, from what everybody's saying, obviously he loved, like, Gear 5 laughs so much, right? And you just need that big smile. Why can it not be whacked on there? Luffy smiles so much. We've got no Funko Pops of him smiling. Yet, like, what? Usopp has a mouth. I think there's other Funko Pop, not just characters, but other One Piece characters that have had mouths. I can't really think of them off the top of my head. I definitely know Usopp had one. Trying to think, does Mihawk have one? Does he? No. Maybe it doesn't. Mihawk, I think it's the eyes. Why didn't they do the eyes properly? Because we've seen with Demon Slayer they do the eyes properly. But anyway, we're not talking about Mihawk. We are talking about Gear 5. So I don't know why they couldn't do it. They really should. It's a bit annoying. They just don't seem to want to put the mouth on Luffy for some reason. But the rest of the pop, as I said, I think it does look really, really cool. And well, there we go, guys. That's some of the newest One Piece Funko Pops unboxed and added to the collection. And that is therefore going to do it for today's video. So first and foremost, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to spend with me here on the Geek Lounge. It is very much appreciated. And I hope you guys did enjoy the video. If so, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Drop some comments below. I want to ask you guys this question, because I personally think that Funko does a really, really good job with all of their anime Funko Pops. But out of all the animes that they do release, Dragon Ball Z, One Piece here, Naruto, Demon Slayer, Jujutsu Kaisen, Seven Deadly Sins, My Hero Academia, Attack on Titan, just trying to think of all of them off the top of my head, Bleach, we've got some new cool Bleach ones coming. Out of all the anime pops that Funko do, which series do you think they do the best? And as always, we've got plenty more content on the way for you guys. The usual Funko, Lego, statues, figures, and TCGs all incoming. Speaking of Funko, I got a ton of Funko Pop parcels now to catch up on, including Demon Slayer. That'll probably be the next video, a bunch of Demon Slayer Funko Pops. And again, we do have some chase chances, so make sure you guys stay tuned for all of that and more. What is the easiest way to stay tuned? You already know, subscribe, click, smash that subscribe button and enable those notifications so you don't miss out on any of that future content. Guys, thanks again for watching today's video and we'll see you on the next one. Peace out, nerds.